Hello, I'm Erin-Michael Gill, founder and CEO of Genaesis, a US-based advisory firm specializing in micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. I also serve as chairman of the United States Department of Commerce and White House Office of the U.S. Trade Representative's Industry Trade Advisory Committee for Intellectual Property Rights. I want to thank the United Nations representatives, ministers, ambassadors, and distinguished leaders, as well as the International Council for Small Business for convening this event. I wish we could be meeting together, but like many small businesses during this COVID-19 pandemic, I'm reaching out today from my home. My company, Genaesis, helps connect businesses and entrepreneurs with the opportunities and resources they need to grow. In many cases, we help small businesses, typically owned by women, minorities, and service-disabled veterans, acquire much larger small businesses who are unable to exit through traditional means. This involves bringing together buyers, sellers, and specialized capital partners in a way that benefits everyone in the transaction. I'm pleased to say we're making meaningful progress, helping MSMEs achieve their growth objectives. However, these companies, both here and abroad, are increasingly facing challenges with access to expertise, opportunity, and capital. As many of you know, MSMEs form the core of the world's economy. Over 50% of the world's employment and over 40% of the world's GDP comes from these businesses. In my experience, these companies are incorrectly named. Calling them small businesses really understates their impact. Small suggests they need to be looked after or some sort of social welfare. Small suggests they can't do or don't know how to do the things they need to be successful. In my experience, I know the opposite to be true. In my career, I've helped small businesses raise over $250 million, all with intangible assets as their primary value driver. And as proud as I am of these companies and these transactions, the unmet annual financing need of small businesses worldwide is $5.2 trillion. That's the annual need. Not supporting these businesses leads to a dangerous erosion of the core of many economies. We see high-tech startups building business plans to please capital partners instead of customers. We see operationally successful small businesses making financially bad decisions because their banker knows their company account number, but not the owner's name. But lenders and investors aren't irrational. They're in business to put capital prudently to work. So what's the issue? It's that the risk-reward equation too often doesn't justify the investment of time or capital into these businesses. We believe this unmet demand for capital in today's environment presents countries with one of the largest economic opportunities in history to stop treating these companies as small businesses that need a safety net for protection and start treating them as core businesses that drive the foundation of their economies. And with that, support lenders and investors by encouraging this type of investment. Small businesses are only small because the obstacles that confront them loom so large. Put policies in place that encourage and also incentivize investments in small enterprises. Create programs that provide access to capital and subsidize advisory services to help manage their growth. Policymakers can direct their attention to legislation that addresses small business needs like hiring and continuity of funding. But still, we talk about small businesses with phrases that, at best, undermine their importance and, at worst, reinforce a narrative that somehow they're in need of our patronizing rather than our patronage. Instead of saying small businesses are the backbone of our economy, what about just small businesses are core businesses? In the United States and around the globe, the pandemic has caused us to rethink a lot of what makes our society run. We've redefined what is essential and what is not. Redefining small businesses as core businesses and putting policies in place to make sure they thrive is critical to reviving and growing our communities. These enterprises need us more than ever, and it turns out we need them too. I hope we can do some good for these people, and I hope you will join us in working to make that happen. Thank you very much.